I looked at that and said, that is what I call a ring of influence. When a drop of rain hits there, it's a ring of influence. And I'm like, that's part of us, Christians. We have a ring of influence. You guys are ready to rock out of here, but I like to visit with the squads. I've done it the last few years when I'm running as a construction coordinator. I don't get a chance to work with you one-on-one like I used to years ago. So I like to get out and chat with you while I talk stories. Was anybody here last year? Two or three of you? Okay, you were here.
Nothing last year.
Yeah. But I shared a story last year about lightning bugs, okay? So this year I kind of thought about it. I'm like, I got to come up with a different story. So over the last few months I've been thinking about what to talk about, something that makes sense. And being a Christian, and we're here on a Christian project, I'm like, I need to talk about something that makes Christian sense. But sitting out back on the chair in my house, two things happened. That one time, and another time I'm riding on my motorcycle, and I got hit with a drop of rain. I'm like, ooh. On the bike specifically, you get hit with a drop of rain. You're like, is that a bug? Is that rain? What is it? And all of a sudden you start looking around like, where's the clouds? Is it raining? He just talked about sitting outside, the same thing. Like, man, do I need to close the windows so I get hit with a drop of rain? If you are a science person, nothing can exist without water. Catches my attention. Jesus told a story when he was at the well with the woman who came down to the well, and she wanted to get some water, and he talking to her, and Jesus said to her, I am the water of life. I have the water of life. I'm the water of life. She's like, whoa, what is that? You'll never be thirsty until we touch. Because Jesus talked about he's the water of life. And if you are a science person, nothing can exist without water. Jesus told a story when he was at the well with the woman came down to the well, and she wanted to get some water, and he talking to her, and Jesus said to her, I am the water of life. I have the water of life. I'm the water of life. She's like, whoa, what is that? You'll never be thirsty. We've all been thirsty before. You know what it tastes like. I mean, you dry mouth and you're like, man, I could really use something to drink. My point is, the world is like that right now. It is thirsty. It's dry. And we have, if you're a Christian, you believe in Jesus in your heart, you have the water of life in you. So we need to share that with others, because a drop of rain starts the process for things to grow, to live. And there's another great example in the Bible where Lazarus had died and the rich man had died. And they're in heaven. Lazarus is in heaven, and the rich man is across the chasm, which I would call he's in hell. And he says, Lord, let Lazarus dip his finger in the water and give me a drop on my tongue to quench my thirst, trench my tongue. It's too late. He's already in hell. Can't do it. We're still alive. We can quench somebody's thirst being a drop of rain and sharing with them what the truth is. We have the truth. It's in us. The world today has lots of what's your truth, what's his truth, what's their truth, all the different truths, right? We hear all this toxic stuff. There's a lot of drops of water out there, or drops of something that we think is truth, but it's not. Jesus is the truth and what he's taught us. So we have to keep with that. But we need to share who we are, because there's an analogy that I came up with, and I'm really cautious with it, because a single drop of rain is great, but if you get together with a few people and you're a drop of rain, it's great. You can share and you can grow more. But what happens if you get caught in a rainstorm and a lot of rain comes down all at the same time. If we gang up on somebody as a Christian group, gang up on somebody, first thing they're going to do is put their umbrella up, or they're going to run and hide. They want to run away from what you have to say to them. So a few of you together, awesome stuff. You get somebody to listen, because a raindrop gets your attention. Single drop of rain, one little raindrop gets your attention. So don't be afraid to share what you have inside you, because you're going to quench somebody's thirst someday. Thirst for the truth. Why are you happy? Why aren't you angry? Why aren't you pissed off all the time? That's our Christian, what's in us. Jesus in us has that. It's awesome. So with that, it ties into my last year's story, which was about lightning bugs, about sharing, right? We all seen lightning bugs, we catch them. When I was a kid, I'd catch them and make rings out of them, make them glow on my hand. But I was sitting out back and it was black. I couldn't hardly see anything. And I saw all these lightning bugs starting to fly around. Some were sitting on the ground, some were floating close by, some were blinking and moving, some were flying up high, fast. And I looked at that and I said, that's kind of what we as Christians need to do. And I called it Blink last year. So why do lightning bugs blink? There's two reasons that I came up with. There's more. First reason a lightning bug blinks is because he's a lightning bug, and that's the way God made him. He has to blink every night. Sun goes down, reaction happens, he blinks. We as Christians, God made us, put a spirit in us, we need to blink. Second reason that I think is just as important, why a lightning bug blinks, is that he lets other lightning bugs know that he's not alone out there in the darkness. So when we need to figure out how to blink and share our Christianity. Here's a quick example of it, which is a little tragic, but out on the interstate right up the road from where we're staying, there was a motorcycle accident and a guy got killed in a motorcycle. So people started calling me because I'm on my bike, and they thought, hey, is Lance okay? I was. It was awesome that people reached out to me. But I drove down to the bottom, right at the gas station at the bottom, right near where we're staying. And pulled into the gas station. There was a motorcycle gang that pulled in there, 10 or 12 of them, all leathered up and just a bunch of guys. And I pulled up, put my kickstand down and set my bike. And I wanted to tell them that there was an accident up the road. And the one guy gets off his bike and he kind of looks over at me and he kind of walks up and goes, hey man, what's up with that shirt? And I was like, I had a Christian cross or something on my shirt with a statement on it. And I just kind of flinched a little bit and swallowed and said, well, there's 10 or 12 of them, there's only one of me. I'm going to be honest with them. I said, I'm a Christian and I'm here on a mission trip with a bunch of people. We're working on buildings and all that. And the guy goes, you know, you got to be careful with that. You might find out that you're surrounded by a bunch of Christians. And he pointed to all these guys. And he said, we're a motorcycle club out of Ohio. We're down here on a ride. I then had more chances to talk to them about what we're doing, but that called that a blink. Because I had a shirt on that said something about what I believe, they responded to it, and I reacted to it. And I do this all the time. My wife will testify. I see somebody that has a cross on, or a shirt or something, I'll say, hey, you got a cross on. What does that mean for you? I call it a blink. You're blinking and sharing that you. What do you have? Braves shirts all the time? You're a Braves fan, right?
Yeah.
You put a Braves shirt on. Somebody that has a Phillies shirt on is like, Phillies are better than the Braves. So all of a sudden you got a conversation and talk about what you love. We do that as Christians. We have a shirt on or something, we can blink. We can share with somebody. So be a drop of rain. Don't be afraid to nourish somebody. Tell them what you know. Don't be afraid to blink. You're going to find out that there's other Christians out there. You're not alone, no matter where you are. You're going to find out there's others out there. So that's my story for this time. Kind of tied the two together from last year. So now you can blink on out of here. Oh, one other thing, I'm sorry. If you're a lightning bug and you don't blink, what are you? You're just a bug. You're just a bug. So don't be just a bug. Go out and blink, be a drop of rain, nourish everybody, nourish somebody, share something. People want to know. So with that, I have a raindrop for everybody. I have a little tiny crystal raindrop that I bought. You get it out in the sun and it looks really cool. And it has a hook in it. You can give it to your grandma, your mom, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever wants to keep it for yourself.
Mm.
I saw lemon turned blue when I handed it to you. Get a little bit of light on it. There you go. There you go. Awesome. So thanks for letting me share with y'all. I appreciate it. I love doing this stuff. So yeah, there's a little, you can put a little string to it or something, turn it in. And also, if any of you ever want to ask me about my story, or ask me why I have Jesus in me and what my Jesus in me means, you know, we got a day left, but please just, you grab me in the cafeteria, grab me out on the road, whatever, and I'll be glad to share that with you. So, go Blink.